Hi Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shannon. I'm over on Instagram at StitchingShanXS. I have been posting there despite that it's been 3 or 4 months since I've made a video last, but I have a ton of updates. Bear with me, I don't necessarily know all the fabrics and all that. If I know it, I will tell you as I'm showing everything, but it's definitely been a long couple months. I have a lot of personal updates because I did have my baby girl Lily back on May 19th. So I'll leave that for the end. I will otherwise hop right into what I've been up to with my stitching. Lots of finishes, which is great news. And I do have some fully finishes as well of some previous things that had just been like sitting around that needed to be finished. So this one is, I think it's called the Buzzy String by Lizzie Kate. And I got this fully finished on this little paddle here. I'm holding this like this because my son knocked it over and this fell off. So I have to super glue this back on. I just haven't done that yet. But this was stitched on a piece of 28 count Lugana that I hand dyed myself. All the called for DMCs. And then I painted this wooden paddle, or I spray painted it white. And I wasn't really happy with how the end of the paddle looked, so actually one of you guys had suggested that I glue some shells on because it's the summer string, so it works perfectly. And I loved that idea, so I collected all these shells at a beach day with my son and then just glued them right on there. 2 layers of sticky board, one for the stitching and then one for just this piece of black gingham, black and white gingham fabric. And I love that. So it came out really cute. I don't have a lot of summer stitching in my house, so I really wanted to amp that up for this season. So that's my first fully finish. I have a couple more fully finishes. This is the Seasonal Courier Blue Jay Summer by Robin Pickens. Love that. All I did was put it with some sticky board. I tried to keep this one more simple, just some yellow fabric behind it, and then I have it with magnets on just this simple little frame that I believe I got at Hobby Lobby. Yeah, Hobby Lobby. So if you guys remember the tail of my spring one of this, I had cut into it. I was extra careful with this one. I did not cut into it or do anything stupid like that, thank God. So this was stitched on 28 count mushroom Lugana, and again, all the called for DMCs. And it has a little stand, which is perfect. And I didn't really open with that. I'm obviously filming in a different room today. This is my dining room. I don't normally film in here. I normally film upstairs in my bonus room, but that bonus room is directly attached to my baby's nursery, and she's trying to nap right now, or she is napping right now. So I am tethered to the baby monitor. My husband and son went to the grocery store to stock up on some groceries. So I'm like, baby's asleep, got the house to myself. What better time to film? Because I can't film these when my husband's home because he'll just make fun of me. But anyway, my next finish, this was from, if you sign up for Primrose Cottage Stitches, they have I think it's like a monthly newsletter, but once a month it's called Free Stitch Friday. They send out a free chart. And then they're really great with Primrose Cottage because in advance of that, you can go to their website and you can get all of the supplies that are gonna come out for that chart. That way you have everything. They ship it out beforehand, so when the chart comes out, you can be prepared, you can be ready, you can finish it the same exact way they do if you're interested in doing that. So this one was amazing. This was free. This is Hello Summer, again by Primrose Cottage Stitches, and I got everything to do it exactly the same. And so here is my pillow finish, and this is my first pillow finish, you guys. I followed, I believe it was their tutorial that they have. Primrose Cottage has a pillow finishing tutorial. I did it the exact same way they did it. So on the back it does have a little piece of felt because that's obviously the hole where you stuff it, but who cares, you know, I'm not looking at the back, so that doesn't bother me. I know some people like you can cut it into like a little heart or a cute shape. Nah, I didn't do that. But this was stitched on 28 count, I think it was called Berry Smoothie by Fabric Flare. The kit that I bought came with all of, I think it was Weeks dye work threads for this one. And it came with the brickback, it came with this cute piece of plaid, and it just sits in one of my little dough bowls. I'm obsessed. This was so fun to stitch. And I'm proud of myself for finishing my first pillow. It was a lot easier than what I thought. And I'm not like a sewing machine expert by any means. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. Then my next fully finished, this is from the Primrose Cottage garden variety. And this was, I did the watermelons. These are so cute. And this is, I have a very large haul. I might not have done as much stitching as I would have liked. It's still a lot considering I have a new baby. But that doesn't mean you can't online shop in the middle of the night or, you know, when you're exhausted. And I don't know if anybody's noticed, this is a random tangent. This new shop thing, like when you pay, this shop app or whatever it is, it saves all your information. You guys, you don't even have to get up and get your credit card number anymore. Like it's all in there. You just click pay. It's dangerous for people like me that have like a shopping problem. So if you don't have it, don't sign up for it because it is tempting. Anyway, here's my finish. And again, I tried to do it exactly the same way with minor changes, exactly the same way as how it was finished here. I bought the same frame directly from Primrose Cottage Stitches. I believe it's their dad that makes these frames by hand, so that's amazing. Only mine, they did not back it with like any fabric behind it. I stitched mine, they stitched it, oh yeah, no, they stitched it on 32 count, okay. Well, so did I, and I just finished mine so it doesn't have as much of a border around the edges, so that way I could finish it with that same cute green gingham fabric behind it, and then I purchased the little pins that go in it. And the back's not perfect, that's what it looks like, but it's propped up in my dough bowl. Nobody can see it. I did purchase all the other ones that go along with this. I just didn't get around to stitching them. I should have, in retrospect, should have bought more of these frames because I'm pretty sure they sold out super quick, but what are you gonna do? I love this, love it. So that sets with the same pillow because it's like, it's cohesive. So there's that one. That is the end of my fully finishes. Now I just have some other finishes that I haven't necessarily done anything with, but I need to do something with. I don't think I showed this one in my last video. I don't think I had even started it yet. I remember being very, very pregnant when I was stitching this and miserable. But this is My Home Sweet Home by Brenda Gervais. Sorry for the glare. Again, I'm in a different room. Bear with me. I'm human. So here is mine. Mine I stitched on 32 count Sandbar Lugana from Color and Cotton. And I did use all of the called for colors. I try not to switch up a Brenda Gervais. I love it. And now that I know how to make a pillow, I remember posting this on my Instagram and I hadn't made a pillow finish or done a pillow finish yet. And I was like, should I make it a pillow? I don't really know what I'm doing. And that's why I didn't do anything with this, you know, for this summer because I was afraid to ruin it. But now that I've made that pillow and I know that it's possible, I am going to finish this into a cute little like patriotic pillow. That's so cute. Oh, I love it. I totally forgot about this when I went to go gather all my stuff to come film this video because it's been, you know, 4 months. I was like, oh my gosh, I loved that one. I loved stitching that. This one is also another finish that I need to do something with because I am going to start decorating for fall here soon. This is Quaker Moon by Bent Creek. Love that. It came with a little button. And here is my finish. I started and finished this. I think this was also pre-Lily. Heavily pregnant, I think. It's hard to remember. I should have kept notes and I didn't. But mine, this is a piece of 32 count taupe, it looks like. And I did switch up the colors a little bit, honestly. I just used what I had. It calls for like a huge mix of, there's General Arts, Weeks, and Classic in here. I mean, as you can see, I pulled some DMCs. This is kind of a mess, so, but I kept it all here so I could show you guys. I pulled some of the colors. Other ones, I just, you know, whatever I saw fit. I did make the orange a little bit brighter in mine. I don't know if you can tell. Try to get closer. It's cute. Look at that little owl. He's adorable. And the little button goes up here. So I love that. This one, another one. I could probably make this into a pillow. It's pretty tiny. It's like maybe 4x4, 4x5, something like that. Cute. So gotta get going on finishing that for this season. And then this was very recent. I just posted this on my Instagram as well. I started this This was also Pre Lily. Wow. Okay, but I got a lot of finishes, so that's good. This was a market release. I think it's called Market, back in March. And this was my favorite release that had come out, so naturally I started it right away. This is Carriage House Samplings Lemon Yellow. Here, I'll take it out of the bag. I just loved this. In that beautiful yellow frame. I'm gonna try to get this professionally framed with something similar, I think. Oh, I love it. It's so cheerful. So mine, it calls for all DMCs. I did all the called for DMCs, but I stitched mine on 32 count. I think it was called Pale Denim by Color and Cotton. Yes, Color and Cotton. And there's mine. Let me see if I can hold something behind it. There we go. It's wrinkled. Everything's wrinkled. I have not ironed. If I had to iron, this video would never get done. Obviously, before I go to get it professionally framed, I will iron it, of course. But how beautiful is that? I just finished this last week. I'm thrilled. I love that. The sun, the bees, the lemons. Oh, it's everything. It's like my whole vibe in the summer. So I'm super happy with that. That one is gonna get framed. That one might even be a fair entry for next year because it's too late to enter anything in the fair now because it's literally next week, but maybe next year. That was all my finishes. I have a lot of whips. It's hard for me to determine what is like a whip versus necessarily a new start, so I might not know. Bear with me. I'm just gonna jump into it from what I think you guys had last seen because I'm pretty positive I worked on this since then. Oh my God, there's a picture of my son in here. I don't know why. What the heck? Guys, I don't know why this is in here. There's my son at the beach. It's in my project bag. All right. So I'll put this over here. Obviously, I had that there for a reason. But this project is American Welcome by Flosstube. We've all seen it. I'm not going to take it out of the bag. I'm trying to not be too loud because my baby's sleeping. She's a light sleeper, but she's a good sleeper once she gets there. So love that. I don't remember what I'm stitching this on. 32 count Atomic Ranch Mirkwood, maybe? Yes, 32 count Mirkwood Lucana by Atomic Ranch. And I did a lot of this actually since I last showed you guys. I mean, I guess you could go back and watch my last video like for reference. Because I'm not gonna lie, I wish I was one of those floss tubers I could put in like a little picture and be like, here's where I was last time. I don't know how to do that. I'm too old to learn new things like that in technology. I don't wanna know. I don't wanna know. So this is where I am. I know I came down and I did more of the water, the boats, and I finished the saying down here. We honor those who cared for thee. I love it. I'm almost done. So by next year, again, this could be another one that I will get professionally framed and maybe even enter in at the fair too, once I get this done. I love this. So, oh, and America's 250th birthday is next year. So how perfect of a finish will that be for that? Perfect. And I'm going to be putting stuff back as I go because if I don't, I will misplace things, I will lose things. Can't have that. So that was my first whip that I'm pretty sure you guys had not seen. I also worked on Hive Rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches a little bit. I don't think I got too much done on this, but I did try. This is all the called for DMCs. And I have no idea what fabric this is. I'm sorry. I think I said it in my last video. Here, I'll hold it like this. The fabric goes longer, but I just want you to be able to see it. I came down and I did that last rule. Mind your own beeswax. I just didn't do the back stitching that goes with it yet because I will save that for the end just because I feel like it gets messed up if you backstitch as you go and you're like moving the hoop around, that kind of thing. So I'll probably just save that for the end. I'm sorry that I don't know the fabric. It's not like a pure white, and it's like a kind of a light ivory, if you will, because I was afraid of stitching this on white. So there's that one. I'm gonna try to go as quick as I can because I have kind of an obnoxious amount of haul. So, and I know that you guys probably want life updates too. Let's show this one. I worked on this right when Lily I started this right when Lily came home from the hospital. So this one has good memories associated with it. This is Stitchy Pros Outnumber the Shamrocks. It is stunning, and I was inspired to do this because Pam from Just Keep Stitching was working on this, and it was beautiful. Sorry for the glare. I'm gonna stop saying that just for the rest of the video. I apologize. This, what did I stitch this on? I think this is 32 count Destiny from Atomic Ranch. And this is, here's where I am. I love this. This one is really fun because it calls for, what are these called? Cottage Garden threads, I believe. Here, let me take them out and show you guys. They're so pretty. Yeah, Cottage Garden threads. You could stitch it with DMCs. There is a conversion, but I really wanted to do these because you guys, like the variegation in that purple, I don't know if you'll be able to tell. Like, look at that. It goes from that light purple all the way down the strand to like a darker purple. And I will say these are super fun to work with. They're short strands. This is as long as the strand is, so you do have to rethread your needle a lot. But because the strands are shorter, they don't like tangle as much, or not as much, I should say. So I'm having a lot of fun working on those. Here, I'll show you my progress one more time. That's where it got to. There's so much variegation in the threads. I really wish that I could get a more accurate way to show you guys this, but I took a picture of it, I believe, and I put it on Instagram. I don't know if it was a story or not, but I can always post an updated one and try to get like an accurate representation of it if you're interested. All right, this next one. This is Shannon Christine. This is Bluebird Sampler. Love it. Blue's my favorite color. And I love her designs. This is actually my first time stitching one of her designs, and I love everything she creates, so that's weird that it's my first time. But I am switching the colors on mine. It calls for, it's literally just 3 different shades of blue. And as part of my haul, I had picked up Color and Cotton. They're doing gradient thread packs, and one of them was a blue one. So I was like, oh my god, perfect. It's messy right now, but those are the different blues that I am using. They're all like, it's dark bluebird, pale bluebird, soft bluebird, and medium bluebird. And I mean, how perfect. The name of the piece is Bluebird Sampler, and then like they came out with this. So I want to get this done and then hopefully send Color and Cotton a picture of it. Maybe they could use it, because I know on part of their website they have, you know, examples of other stitchers, you know, converting things to their threads. I have a hanging thread on this one, sorry. That's where I am. Look how pretty, you guys, those roses with the variegation. And this is just on, I think this is 28 count, just white Lugana that I picked up, you know, the rolls from Hobby Lobby that you can buy, just like a little cheapy roll. It's a big piece, but for the purposes of showing you, that's as far as I got. I love it. Love, love, love it. Then I went off on a little bit of a patriotic kick. I think this was like in June that I worked on all this stuff. So let me get this out. Some of these are pitiful starts. I don't know what was necessarily going on, but it was like squirrel. I just couldn't focus on anything, so I kept starting new things. But this is, I had this kitted up, so why leave it kitted up when I could just start it? This is American Sampler by Primrose Cottage. It's a stunner, but it's a lot more dense stitching than I think I thought when I picked it up, which is fine. That's all I have, my little hanging thread. It is what it is. But I got the little house done. Look at the roof. The roof is an American flag. That's so cute. This is on, I believe this is also a 32 count sandbar from Color and Cotton. It's that same fabric that I had stitched the Brenda Gervais piece on that I finished, but didn't fully finish, because I wanted to keep it kind of cohesive for the Americana theme. It's so pretty. I'll pick this up next year for sure. But in that same bag, I also picked up the Patriotic Quaker from Primrose Cottage. they're just so easy to buy from because you can purchase like the entire kit that goes with their stuff. So I love that. So I got the whole finishing pack so I can finish it the exact same way they did. Love that. Oops, here are the threads. A little bit messy, color and cotton threads. And here's where I am. I don't know what the top is. Here's the top. And that's as far as I had gotten. Super cute. Love that. Same 32 count sandbar Lugana from Color and Cotton. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. So I just keep all this together because it's like the same designer, patriotic theme. I just keep it in the same bag. That way next year I can just pull one of these out when I'm feeling Americana stitching. And then, oh, this is an oldie bag. Let me see. I don't know how much of this. Oh, I don't know if you guys have seen, I haven't pulled this out in a very long time, but I don't know if I showed it in my last video. So just to be safe, I will show it. Bent Creek Stars and Stripes Forever. I am very close to a finish on this one and I need to just finish it. But again, another good one that for the 250th America's birthday will be perfect to finish. Here is what I have. Stars and Stripes almost done. So it'll just be the Forever and then another one of these little like buntings at the end and then I'm done. This is on 32 count pale denim from Color and Cotton. And I am using, I think it was Priscilla Blaine's color conversion because she had stitched this a very long time ago and that is on her blog, I believe. And then also in this bag, I had started a new Dimensions. Wow, I was very, like I had lofty goals because now I haven't picked this up in a while. It's gorgeous. This is the Bayside Cottage. It's a Dimensions Gold Collection Petites. It's beautiful. And I love a Dimensions, but I did not get super far on this. Let me see. Me with my hanging threads, what was I doing? I don't know. I only got this far. So it's like working on the roof. That blue is the shutter on the house. I don't know if you can tell, but that like the center start that I had is that tree right in the middle. And I worked over to try to get the house done. It's gonna be a stunner. No doubt about it. Just gotta work on it. I started a lot of things. You don't realize it till you pull it all out and you're like, oh geez. Okay. Oh, I love this one. I had to work on this in the summertime. This is Rosewood Manor High Tide. It's so beautiful. Just all the different ocean motifs on that beautiful fabric. Let me see. This fabric is called, it's 32 count Midnight Mermaid linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. So I purchased that same linen because that's, you know, the focal point of the piece, obviously, is that gorgeous fabric that, you know, darkens as you go down, ombre, if you will. All the called for threads, which is a lot of them. This was very expensive to kit up, I remember that. And it does call for a bunch of Krynics as well. Like, you guys look at all the threads. And it's a mess. Yeah, that's just me. In my gorgeous Dot Dot Goose design bag. And here's where I got to. I think I only did one motif, but hey, if I do a couple motifs this summer, it'll get done eventually, right? Let me see if I can hold something up. Sorry guys, I'm struggling. I'm gonna try to get back to my normal filming setup when she's not sleeping as much as she gets older. But I got this motif done right here. It's pretty. Let me hold up the whole thing. Like, it's gonna be huge. Yeah, you can see right through it because it's linen. I don't normally stitch on linen, but I had to for this piece. I had to. You have to use the same fabric. And I don't think they make this in a Lugana or an even weave. So just a little bit on that one. I think I pulled that out like 1 or 2 nights. Just wanted to get that done so I could say that I did work on it this summer because we're all transitioning to that fall Halloween stitching. Maybe not all of us, but I am. And then my last one, no, not my last one, I'm sorry, I've got more. Ooh. This was another Free Stitch Friday, so I don't have, because it's on my phone, I'm filming on my phone, but it's Primrose Cottage, the Free Stitch Friday that came out for this past month. I think it's called, I don't know what it's called. I do not know what it's called, but this is pitiful. It's gonna be like Sweet Hive Honey or something like that. I think Hannah the Stitch Fairy, she stitched it, the whole thing, finished it already. So go to her Instagram, Hannah the Stitch Fairy. She finished it. So this is on 32 count platinum, I wanna say. Called for colors. And then I also had picked up, I guess it's part of haul, but I have it in the same bag because it kind of goes with it. It's called Lindsay's Bee Finishing Favorites Pack, and it comes with a bunch of different beautiful fabrics in there, and then some trims, some pom-poms, some rickrack trims to finish and make cute pillows. So I'm just keeping that all together because I will use this to finish this whenever I get it done. I just have it in this cute bag that kind of goes along with it, very summery. And then this is random, but when I was at Hobby Lobby one day, I found this kit. It's embroidery, it's not cross stitch, but I thought it was beautiful. I'll take out what it will look like when it's done. I kept a little picture. It says Merry Christmas. And the thing about embroidery, I think maybe it's the needle they give you isn't the best needle. It hurts my thumb so bad because you're pushing like tons of thread up through this like tiny little fabric. I'll show you. And it's just like it rips your thumb. Like I worked on this a month ago and my thumb like low key still hurts. Like there's a bruise on it. And I know you can wear like a thimble or like a thumb pad or something, but I don't know. So I don't know if I'll ever finish this. Maybe I just need a sharper needle or something. But here's where I got to. And it was this part because you're stitching with all 6 strands. And this isn't like, this is embroidery fabric. So as you can see, you can't see through it. It's dense. And so shoving that needle up through it, it's like, oh. But it's gonna be beautiful when it's done, and I'll probably somehow finish it in this hoop because I love the way it looks. So, and I love that it came like pre-printed because I wouldn't even know where to begin. But that was fun. That was like 1 or 2 afternoons, but I was just in so much pain I had to stop. So if anyone like embroiders often, maybe it's a needle thing, help me out. And then I also worked on, this is, I've been on such a Primrose Cottage kick, you guys. Probably just because it's just the ease of buying the kit and everything that comes with it. But this is their Halloween Quaker. And I bought everything that goes with it. So all the threads, I'm pretty sure I got the same fabric, 32 count vintage country mocha. Yep, that's what I'm using. And I also purchased the finishing pack for this. I didn't get super far, it's still in a hoop. I just got the boo and the little moon, and I worked on some of the bats. But it's gonna be super cute. So let me see, I'll pull out the finishing pack's kind of basic. I mean, you can't really see a whole lot, but so it came with some black fabric, the little felt for the back. Oh, and there's rickrack in here too. Rickrack, I don't know why I took that out. Don't know, but it's all the called for weeks dye works. Not very many colors, like 3 or 4. In retrospect, the colors are a little prim. I really like bright Halloween. Maybe that's why I stopped and I'm not like loving it. I could always restart it if I wanted to, but super cute. I'm gonna try to finish it. They're not like the biggest pieces in the world. So my last one, I'm gonna pull this one back out. Oh no, 2 more. This is my second to last one. I went ahead and finally started Cinnamon Stars by Plum Street. I've had this kitted up for so long and I'm like, I just need to pull it out and start. It's gorgeous. This is another one like professional, we'll get it professionally framed. And look at the list of threads, you guys. Weeks Dye Works, Gentle Arts. Yeah, Weeks Dye Works, Gentle Arts. That's a lot of colors. And a lot of this stuff in here is really small. Like some of those stars at the top, you wouldn't even necessarily notice the variegation. So I kitted it up in my gorgeous project bag with a combination of DMCs the conversion to DMC and some of the specialty threads. I tried to look and see, you know, in the house or the roof or like where you're gonna really notice the variegation. And that's where I spent more money and bought the specialty threads. In the smaller places, I'm like, why spend the money? I just picked up the DMCs. So here's where I'm at. I started down in the bottom left with the sunflowers, started on some of the pumpkins, and then I got one side of that like cobblestone house done. And then I started coming up the middle of the house and stopped. I think I got bored. See that middle of the house, that olive color right there. And this is on a piece of 32 count Golden Harvest by Atomic Ranch Fabrics. So it'll be decently big, not huge. But I just worked on this like 2 weeks ago, like started it 2 weeks ago, I should say. So I have time. We are deep in fall, or I'm deep in fall stitching anyway. So this will get worked on again, definitely. And then my last one and my most recent whip. Let me pull this out. I'm not gonna be taking it out of the hoop. I apologize because it was really hard to get it where I needed it to be in the hoop for me to work on the piece, but I will unroll it. I love this one. This is a kit. This is, it's by Jan Lynn and it's called Bucks County Farm Stand. So here's the picture of what it will look like. It is like uber full coverage, tons of back stitching. And I've been working on this for like the past 3 or 4 years. So this is not like a new start by any means. I'm using everything that came with the kit. It's a 14 count Aida. I believe it's DMC threads that they put on a card. Again, I was literally just working on this last night, so I'll try to move my thread out of the way. That's where I am, you guys. Like, I have a lot done. I need to get this done. I need to get this done. So I'm super motivated. When I picked this back up, I filled in most recently all of this grass. I did this entire pole that has the sign, and this is going to be like a bird feeder. I did that. I did the sign. I'm working on some of the background orange colors right now. And then the sign, I did just do the back stitching. It says pumpkins, produce, and quilts. It's beautiful. It's huge. I have not done any of the back stitching in the rest of the piece yet. Like this roof, each individual square is back stitched. Down here in this like cobblestone wall. Oh my God. You guys. I love it. Like talk about entering something in at the fair. This is going to cost a lot to get professionally framed, but over your mantle or something. I love how bright it is. I love it. So I'm really trying to make a dent in this because I just want to finish it so bad. So that's what I've been working on most recently. We'll see how long that lasts. Yeah, because I just made an order with Primrose Cottage. They came out with all their fall releases. Naturally, I kind of went crazy. So that's being shipped to me as we speak. Once I get all that, I'm probably going to want to start some things. So this guy might get put down. But hey, as much progress as I can make with it, I'm happy. Those are all my whips, you guys. I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good for 4 months. I think it's been 4 months, May. Yeah, 4 months. So now I have a lot of haul. It seems obnoxious, but again, it's been 4 months. So if you're not interested in haul, please feel free to click away. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want anyone to be like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. I work, I have a job. So, you know, why work if you can't buy what you want? So here we are. And then I'll do my life update after the haul. I don't know when I bought all this stuff. I'm just going to show it and try to keep it quick. I forget who it was. I don't know, but someone bought these and started it, and I was very motivated. It's beautiful. What is her name? Oh my God, she's so cute. She's got red hair. Pansy something? Pansy Stitches? Oh my God, I feel so bad. If I can figure it out, I'll link it below. This is, but it's Rosewood Manor's Summer Quakers. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, and it comes with fall Donny threads. These are not cheap. Oh my God. So I picked this up. I'm only starting with 2 seasons because, like I said, not cheap. So I could not afford to buy all the seasons all at once. So I got summer, and then I got the autumn Quakers with the Valdani threads that go with it. I don't know when those will get started. I just get nervous with those like thread packs that they're gonna like, you know, sell out and you'll never see it again or it'll never be made again. So I'm like, oh my God, I better hurry and buy it. So I got that. I've really been working on acquiring more color and cotton threads. I have been just loving working with their threads. The first time I ever started working with color and cotton threads was with my American Welcome by Plum Street. Ever since then, I've just been stocking up. So they do like gradient thread packs. So when they did a thread pack for Halloween, I picked up, it was like a classic and a prim version. So that's what this ring is. I try to keep all my color and cottons together. These are just some random colors that I wanted in stash. Gorgeous blues. I didn't buy all of these at once. That would be crazy. This is a couple months of acquisition. And then on that same note, where is it? It's in here somewhere. It was called a Kaleidoscope thread pack. I'll find it. I'll find it and show you guys. But from Color and Cotton, I got their Halloween trim pack, the classic version. It's a little bit lighter. So now that I'm kind of doing pillow finishes, I need to start stocking up on the cute trims to make the pillows. So I got that. And then from Primrose Cottage, I got Stitching Rules and Stitching Quaker and the thread pack that comes with, of course, gorgeous color and cotton threads. And I think there's like one DMC in there too. But to keep it all together, so I didn't put it on my little ring because when I'm ready to start stitching these for my craft room, that'll be perfect. Also from Primrose Cottage, I got Bless This Home. I just thought it was really cute. As we know, I love the blues and the yellows, so totally my vibe. I joined Color and Cotton, came out with, I think it's only 3 or 4 months at a time, but it's called the Color Wheel Club. And I have never been in any of their clubs before because they're highly coveted and always, like, there's no spots, they're sold out kind of thing. So when they came out with this, I like ran, I didn't walk, I ran to go sign up for this. So the first 3 or 4 months, how perfect, it's Color Wheel Club, but it's blue. So every month you get a different cut of fabric in a different shade of blue. So I don't know what the next color will be, you know, they'll move on to something else. But here's the first one that I got. I haven't opened it yet. It's called Dutch Blue, and I got it in a 1/4 yard, 32 count Lugana. I feel like I stitch a lot of things on this similar color, so this is perfect. I mean, I was thrilled. I'm like, great. When you want to stitch things that look like a nice like sky, or you know, just switching it up from like a typical tan that I feel like a lot of us do. I love using that color. And then when I had purchased the threads that I needed from Cottage Garden for the Outnumber the Shamrocks, when I made that order, you do have to pay a little bit more for shipping and you have to wait longer because I believe they're in either Australia or New Zealand. So they also posted that they had, these are called nudes, and it says misdyes, seconds, and obsolete colors. They're unpackaged and unnamed. You guys, these gorgeous threads. And I believe these are 6-stranded cotton. I didn't get silk. So I don't know what any of them are, but they were so pretty. Anything that's like a mystery or a surprise, you know, limited edition, it's a mystery, sign me up. So these were limited edition and like mystery, you don't know what you're gonna get kind of thing. Grab bag-esque, love that. I don't know what I'll use them for, but honestly right now they just look so pretty, like on a shelf in my craft room, just pretty. I'm a sucker for all that. And then also from Primrose Cottage with like the Quaker vibe. I really went on a Quaker kick this year. This is their Cocoa Quaker. So I purchased that chart. I want to start this soon, whenever Christmas stitching starts calling to me. And then of course I got the floss pack. So it's color and cotton threads and a DMC in there. Stitch that on up, make that a pillow. And then, oh, here it is. This is what I was looking for before to show you the color and cotton gradient packs that they do. This was Springtide. It's blue into the yellow. I mean, it's perfect. Love it. I need to stop looking at Color and Cotton's website because between them and Primrose Cottage, it's like it's gotten out of control. It's gotten out of control. I'll show this last because that was my most recent. But then I also picked up, back in the day when I was working on the garden variety, I know I had brought this up, that I had purchased all of the garden variety charts. So they have cherries, lemons, Sorry, my hands are shaking. I have not eaten anything yet today. I've only had coffee. So after this, I need to make myself something to eat and limes. And then I got the fruit salad Quaker when this came out. Love it. They just came out with all the fall ones. Like I said, they're currently in the United States Postal Service's hands being delivered to me. So had to have those. And then most recently, I follow Keepsakes on their socials, and they do, I don't know what they call it, like kit of the month or something like that. And they choose a chart, and then you can purchase it fully kitted with fabric. And usually it'll be Susan at Keepsakes who works there, her thread conversion of whatever the chart is. So for this one, this was July's, I believe. It's Little House Needleworks Poinsettia House. And that's what the model looks like. If you go to the Keepsakes Instagram page, they do post, because they switched the colors. Susan switched up the colors. So it will look slightly different than this, but still beautiful. Same colorway, just different colors. I think they're a little bit richer, if I'm correct. And then I got it, you could get it with 20 count Aida or a linen, I think. And I'm not a huge linen fan, so I got 20 count Aida. It looks like it's, what's the name of the Aida here? Let me see. It's 20 count Aida by Needle Bling in the color Cookie Dough. I've never stitched on a 20 count Aida, so we'll see how that goes. And then with that, you could also purchase from Wonderland Crafts the frame that goes with it. And so this is one of those like magnetic frames. I've never worked with one of these before, but I thought it was really cute. And again, if you're gonna kit it up for me and I can just click pay with that stupid shop thing where I don't even need to get up and get my credit card, it's gonna happen. So that was the most recent thing that I purchased besides my Primrose Cottage haul that is on its way to me. So in my next video, I will have that to show you guys. That's all the stitching. That was 41 minutes. I'm trying not to keep you guys too long with life updates. If you're not interested in the life updates, bye. I'm gonna try to resume my monthly videos from this point forward. But in terms of life updates, so my delivery went very well. I know that I was very worried with her being breached throughout the remainder of my pregnancy. She did flip head down, so I was able to have a normal delivery. I stayed pregnant all the way up until the date of my induction. I did have a little scare like 2 or 3 days before that. I ended up in the ER, not the ER, but like the labor and delivery ER, because I thought I was in labor. I was having like the contractions that I felt that day were way worse than anything I went through during my induction. I was very dehydrated. So once I started, you know, having liquids and things like that, my contractions stopped. I was 3 centimeters dilated, but they were like, you're set to get induced, you know, in 2 or 3 days. Just go home, stay hydrated, and come back on Monday was the day of my induction and the day I gave birth to her, Monday, May 19th. So I've been home and I just kind of was on bed rest, you know, took it very, very easy. I was already off work at that point. Went in for my induction. I was scheduled to be there. We got there at 8 a.m. It was super quick because, as you know, like you have to check in. They ask you a ton of questions about your medical history, blah, 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 get someone to come do the IV. By the time all is said and done and I actually started Pitocin, it was already like noon. Started Pitocin. I'm kind of a trooper with pain, so I think I lasted until I was like 6 centimeters without the epidural. I was always gonna get the epidural, so around like 3 or 4 p.m. I got my epidural and then got to 10 centimeters very quickly, and they were like, I was shocked. They were like, you know, you're ready to push. Pushed for like 25 or 30 minutes and she was here. No complications, no issues, needed minimal stitches, not to like TMI or anything like that. It was so easy, so much easier than my first. I know they say it does go quicker with your second, but it was like a whirlwind. Super quick, no complications. She was 8 pounds, 7 ounces, not overly huge, but she's a big girl for sure. She's gonna be 4 months old on September 19th. She is the happiest little baby. She's giving us big smiles finally. She's a great sleeper, you guys. She's taking 3, you know, decent naps a day, 2 longer, like 2-hour naps, 1 morning, 1 afternoon, and then like 1 little cat nap she still has at night. I put her in bed at 7:30 p.m. and we did not hear from her today until 7 a.m. Like this doesn't happen every night. I don't want to like piss anybody off, for lack of a better word. If you have like a baby that's not sleeping good, I've been there. My first was super colicky. He was on new Nutramigen formula. Like he had a ton of like milk intolerances and all that. She has not had any of that. I've been very lucky, and I know that. And she does still have some night wake ups. Like there are some nights that she'll wake up like 3 or 4 in the morning for a feed, which is totally fine. But she just blended right into our family so seamlessly. It's been incredible. Like our heart just completely expanded. My son, he is going to be 3 in October. He loves her. He's obsessed with her, loves helping with her. I mean, I don't really see a lot of jealousy from him, which is really great. And he starts preschool in December. So we started potty training him when she was only 6 weeks old. That was exhausting. It was hell. But for the most part, he's doing really, really great, you know, minimal accidents, only here and there. I think just because he's a boy and, you know, they're so busy playing that they don't want to tell you that they have to go to the bathroom kind of thing. But that's been really great. Other than that, I don't go back to work until the beginning of November. So I have 2 more months of bonding with my little girl, which is great. And obviously with my son, because I get to be with him. So it's been good. It's going to be very overwhelming when I do go back to work, but we're going to make it work. I work from home, and my parents do help me watch my kids because they're retired and they only live 20 minutes away. So they help me watch my kids. So when I go back to work, they will be helping me with Cam. He'll be in preschool 3 days a week. They'll be watching Lily for me while I work. They're a huge blessing. So very thankful for that. But I hope all of you have been very well. I hope you had a great summer with a lot of stitching and buying and just all the things that make you happy. I don't know if this will be my permanent filming room. I'll try to figure out a better lighting situation if it is. But I hope to resume the monthly videos. So I'm back. I hope you all hung in with me. I know I lost a couple subscribers, but it is what it is. I'm not here for the subscriber count. I'm here just to see my progress, and I've made so many friends along this journey that it's been great. So I will hopefully see you guys in another month, and have fun with your fall stitching if you've started that. And yeah. All right, bye guys.